everybody, it's Julie Ebersole for Hero Arts, and I'm so excited to be back on the blog with a video for you today. I'm doing this really fun Love You More card, and it has some color blocking, just very basic color blocking, and some white embossing, but I love how it turned out. I think it's so fresh and fun and very feminine. And I took a piece of text weight paper and cut it to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. And that's going to give me the foundation for color blocking these two pieces of cardstock. So I cut them to size to kind of create a little bit of a color blocked effect. And then I can go ahead and mount those on there, and it will keep everything together for me in a nice orderly fashion. So that way when I'm stamping, nothing's going to separate or slide on me. So everything's all together, and then I can go ahead and prep the surface with my anti-static pouch, because a lot of times we have static electricity, or I have oil on my fingertips, and then I will end up having stray embossing powder stick where I don't want it. So I always like to prep my surface before I emboss. And then I'm going to ink up my tall flower stamp with the Versamark ink pad. That's my favorite embossing pad. And isn't this stamp so much fun? I just love those flowers. They're so cheerful and happy. And there you can see how the daffodil layering paper is going to accent the flower heads, and then the stems will be complemented with the shallows layering paper. So that was deliberately planned. And then I'm going to go ahead and coat the paper with the white embossing powder, and I'm just very generous, pour it all over the top, get good coverage, and tap off the excess. And then I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss that. And this embossing powder is awesome because it's a very nice bright white. It embosses very crisply, nice and shiny, very nice finish. And I'm going to use my tweezers to hang on to my panel there, because my heat gun is going to get pretty hot, and I don't like to burn my fingers. So it's kind of one of those safety precautions. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim that panel down using my guillotine trimmer. And I'm going to trim this panel down to about 5 1/4 tall by 4 inches wide. And that's going to give me a really nice edge of about 1/8 inch all the way around when I mount it to the Mandarin card base. And I put lots of adhesive on the back there. This is one of those times where I actually put quite a bit of adhesive instead of just tacking it in the corners and a little bit in the middle. I laid it on a little bit thick there because I had some warping occur when I did the heat embossing. So that'll just help keep it nice and flat on the surface. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull some patterns that I really love from the Sundrifter paper pad. This is a really cute paper pad. I love the colors in there. Lots of rainbow type effects. This one has kind of an ombre effect where it goes from yellow to orange to red. And I stamped the Love You More from the O Snap set on that piece, and then I'm going to trim it to size because it's going to go across the front of the card. So I've trimmed it to size with my guillotine trimmer. And then I'm going to go take another piece of pattern paper from that same collection and trim it down to make a little banner. And I'm using my square edge, or my square punch, to use the corner to create my little fishtail flag effect on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and mount that, kind of using my grid there on my cutting mat as a crosshairs to help me line everything up. And then I'll just trim off that excess, save it for something else. And we'll go ahead and get some full mounting tape there on the back so I can 3D mount that to the front of the card. So this strip of cardstock is a nice spot to put a sentiment, and not only that, it works really great to cover up the seam where the two pieces of cardstock meet, and it just gives a really nice overall finished look to the card. And then all you have to do is maybe take a few of these really fun orange gemstones and put those strategically in place. I don't know why 3 is my lucky number when it comes to gemstones, but I always like to triangulate them. And I think it gives a really nice finished effect on the card. And then I'm just going to curl up the ends of that fishtail banner for just a little bit more dimension. And I think that really helps add to the overall finished look. And isn't this a fun card? I think it went so fast and easy, and I love that kind of color blocked effect with the white embossing. Thanks for watching.